Hi everyone, this is Mary from Sewing for Madison. I'm excited to show you a brand new tutorial today. In this video, we are going to be making 3D pretend toy dinosaurs. So these are a project that you can do all in the hoop in your embroidery machines, and it's fun and easy to do. So let's go over some of the supplies that we're going to need for today's project. For this project, you want to use a stiff felt. Because these are 3D and they need to stand up on their own, we want to make sure that we have a stiffer felt. So if you don't know the difference between the stiff felt and the regular felt, as you can see, this is a stiff felt. It kind of just stands up on its own. This is a regular piece of felt. It's very flimsy. It has basically no stability to it, and so if we were to make this project out of regular felt, it would just flop over, which we do not want to do. So we want to make sure that we're using nice, thick, stiff felt. So this particular color palette is actually one that I sell on my Etsy shop, Sewing for Madison, and it's Z109. It has a variety of different colors in it. It's got a couple golds, a couple blue greens, and a regular grass green and an orange. So this is going to be really great colors for this pretend dinosaur set. Also with this set, I have not tried this before, but I'm also going to attempt to make one of the dinosaurs out of this faux leather. So this faux leather is very stiff. It's a marine grade faux leather that's waterproof. So these are great for those instances where you need to clean your toys on a regular basis. So we're going to try to make these out of the leathers as well. So I picked out 3 different colors. I've got a brown, this lime green, and this blue turquoise color. So we're gonna give it a try with this. These are all done in a 5x7 hoop size. This design is from Gigi Lanik on Etsy, so I'm going to put a link to this particular design pattern to her shop, so make sure you go over there and check that out. In addition to the fabrics, we are going to need some stabilizer. For this project, I recommend using either a double layer of tearaway stabilizer or a cutaway. Personal preference for me, I prefer cutaway because this is a easy, more stiff stabilizer, and I think it'll just work better. So, but if you're one of those people that likes tearaway, by all means use tearaway, but make sure that you use a double layer. So let's go ahead and get started with the machine. So here are the supplies that we're going to need for this project. I have my 5x7 hoop hooped with cutaway stabilizer. I'm using a standard 11/75 embroidery needle. Today I'm using my Brother PE 770. I've got my 2 pieces of stiff felt, one for the back and one for the front. I have a variety of the thread colors that we'll need. I have a pair of scissors for trimming threads, and I also have a heavy-duty pair of scissors for cutting out the felt after we've completed the design, and some tape. The tape will be used to adhere the back piece of felt onto the hoop. So I've got my design preloaded into my machine, and I also have my orange thread started. So I'm going to go ahead and start with step number 1 of this design. Okay, step 1 is completed, and as you can see, there's lots of different jump stitches. Unfortunately, I don't have a machine that automatically cuts all these, so I'm going to trim all these up, because if you don't do that step, sometimes your foot will drag and catch one of these, and then it will make your design uneven and could displace everything. Okay, there we go. Everything is all trimmed up. Okay, so we have our back piece taped on. I've gone ahead and I've switched out my bobbin thread to match my orange. Now I'm going to go ahead and thread the orange and do one of the last steps. Okay, so I have the first felt design done, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch out the exact same dinosaur using the faux leather, and we'll see how this one comes out. Okay, so I finished the faux leather dinosaur as well as the felt dinosaur. So these are really cute and adorable. The faux leather one doesn't quite stand up as well as the stiff felt, but it does work. They're very lightweight. The pieces are big. And as far as the design goes, everything was placed in the hoop, really easy to cut out. Even the little slits that are in the pieces were easy to get your scissors into and trim around the areas that you need to. So as far as making them faux leather versus felt, I do like the felt a little bit better because, as you can see, the felt sticks together a little bit, where the faux leather just kind of is slippery and just kind of falls off a little bit. If you're going to just play with them on a tabletop, the leather's probably fine, but if a child's going to pick them up and move them around, I definitely go with the felt. It just has a little bit more durability. Now, you can wash felt as long as you let them air dry. It's perfectly fine to do so. The only other downside that I saw to this design was the lettering. The lettering of the dinosaur names is really, really small, and it's an odd shaped font, so it's very hard to trim the jump stitches in between the letters, and it's also not a very readable font for a young child to be able to read the dinosaur names. So if I had to change anything on this design, although it's not my design, I would recommend changing it to a different font that is a little bit more user-friendly for young children. Other than that, I absolutely love this design. This design comes with a variety of different dinosaurs, a volcano, so very, very cute set. Again, I'll put a link in my description of where I got the dinosaur pattern from, and also a link to the stiff faux not faux leather, the stiff felt in our Etsy shop. And I used an HBI cutaway stabilizer for this project that I purchased on Amazon, so I will put a link for that in the description as well. I hope that you liked this project today, that you learned how fun and easy it is to make a 3D toy. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and consider subscribing. And until next time, happy crafting!